Now let's talk a little bit about jQuery. jQuery is JavaScript. And what that means is it's a framework written in JavaScript to help speed up our process of writing JavaScript. So in some of the last examples, we were using the getElementById, and we were trying to select a certain section of the page and make some changes to it. And jQuery does that in a much more elegant way than JavaScript, which, again, it is JavaScript. But so rewind to a long time ago, there was a group of guys that all got together and they said, we're always rewriting this JavaScript over and over again, and it's this really awesome code that we use and we share it with our buddies, but we're always having it included in every project that we use. And it helps everybody. So let's go ahead and let's take this jQuery code and let's let everybody upload it. And so if we go search for jQuery, you can go to this jQuery.com and you literally can download the code yourself if you want. Okay, you just go to download and download the file, and what you'd want to do is up in your head tags, or before you do anything, we'd want to type out a script, and we'd want to do a source, and we'd say, you know, jQuery.js. That's not how you spell jQuery. And we would, you know, basically put that here, and then down the rest of our page and anywhere else we had some jQuery, we would utilize it. And again, it makes our lives a lot easier. Well, you know, to go a step further from that, they've uploaded this code to specific spots on the internet, and you can go get this from, you know, if we go out to jQuery itself, they'll give us the code somewhere in here to go add what we call a CDN. There's a CDN. There's some CDNs right there. And looks like, well, it's just showing you what it is. Oh, here we are. Google, Microsoft, and different things. So let's say we want to use the Google CDN, and that's a piece of code you can use to go out and grab the jQuery file from the Google server, which is much faster than your server. And we can grab version 3, version 2, version 1. So we're going to grab version 3, and we're going to come back here. And rather than link up our own jQuery, we're going to link up to theirs. Okay, and it's going to look something like that. So if we actually open that file, it's going to be just a whole ton of, you know, text that you can't really read. But that is the jQuery file there that helps us run a little bit more efficient. Okay, so now that we have that up in here, we can begin to start using jQuery within our content and writing to it. Now, the way that we write to it is we figure out where, you know, we want to do that. And again, it's just like JavaScript. Maybe we'll do it right here, and we just do some script tags. Okay, and we could write some JavaScript in here. We could do an alert and do whatever else we want. But let's write some jQuery. And the way we write that, it starts with a $, and we say document, or sorry, in parentheses, document. Okay. We say ready, and we add our function, and then in here we add some curly braces, and then after we always put that semicolon. Now this might seem kind of long and stupid, you know, which is totally fine, but what we're doing here is we are going to do, like, the pattern I want you to see in all of this is we're going to have a selector, okay, and after selector we're going to give some form of method, okay, something like this. And if you look at this up above, we kind of are doing that. We're selecting our document that we want to apply our changes to, and then we're going to run the function ready, and that basically says, is our document ready to do whatever, and then, you know, run some functions and everything inside. So let's write out some jQuery, some simple jQuery that we could look at that might make sense to you and what that looks like. Okay, and then we're going to get into it a little bit more later on. So we're going to select something. So we're going to go and type in a selector, and so maybe our H2 we want to select, and so we're going to say the ID types. Okay, let's get rid of this right here, or let's comment this out. Okay, so in here we're going to put in quotations types. So we're going to look for this selector like this, and we're going to say if we click on it. Okay, and so we're going to put an event. We want to do something, so we're going to follow that same pattern of function. Put some curly braces here, and that needs to have that. So we're going to say anytime we click on that function, we can do something. It might be something as simple as adding some JavaScript. Clicked or something like that. Okay, so let's see if that worked. I'll refresh that. I'll go up to the top. I'll click my H2 or right here types, and you can see where it was clicked. Okay, so we're mixing JavaScript in with the jQuery right there, and so you kind of see this, selector method, and then something that's going to happen. So let's get rid of this. Now, one thing they have done to help us out a little bit, to help with the look and feel of jQuery, we can write out, and this is the traditional method of writing jQuery, but we're going to do a little more optimized version, and the way that we do that is we just start out with function like this, and this means the same thing. We just got rid of the object, the document selector, and that's going to do exactly the same thing. But this is kind of how you're going to set up your jQuery moving forward. You're going to start out with that and end with this, and then you're going to write your jQuery in between, and that's going to be selector and method every time.